Hey, Sinead O'Hart here. I'm really happy to be here today to talk to you all about my brand new book. You might have heard of me before because I am the author of 3 previous novels, including The Eye of the North, The Star-Spun Web, and Skyborn. But today I'm here to talk about my brand new one, which is called The Time Tider. The Time Tider is my fourth book, and I can't quite get over that. It's amazing. And I'm really happy to finally have this book out in the world because it's been in my head for a very long time. This is a book I've been trying to write for 20 years, and this is the 5th time I've tried to write it. It didn't work any previous time, and I finally got it to come together in a proper story. I love the front cover, which shows the main character, Mara, and her holding a mysterious jar full of something strange. We'll work out what that is later. And on the back, I love the back because it shows Mara, and it also shows Jan, her friend, Jan van der Meer, a boy she meets during the course of the story. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the book and do a short reading. So The Time Tider is the story of, as I said, a girl called Mara who is 12 and she has lived all her life with her dad Gabriel in the back of a van, which is a bit strange, I'm sure you'll agree. So they live in the back of a van. They are always on the move. They're constantly sort of going from one place to another. They never stay long enough for Mara to have friends or go to school or go to classes of any sort or have any kind of a life, okay? So, and her dad he's always sort of paranoid too. He's kind of afraid people are following them, and Mara's not sure if this is real or if it's just her dad's fear. She's not sure whether it's a real thing. So when she gets to be about 12, Mara decides she needs answers to the questions she's had all her life. And so she goes looking for answers to her questions, and in the course of discovering her answers, she finds out her dad is the Time Tider. And the Time Tider is a person who has the responsibility of being able to dart back through history, sort of, using a technique called the stitch, so a stitch in time. They dart back through history to collect pools of unused or wasted or, lost time before they sort of get unstable. They become these things called warps, which make the rest of time in history unstable for everybody else unless they're collected. So that's why the Time Tider exists. And that's what Mara's dad's job is. It's a dangerous job, and he has to keep it secret. That's why he's never told anybody about it, including Mara. But before she can get into the details of why he has to do this, he gets kidnapped by enemies. Mara doesn't know who they are. And in the process of trying to get her dad back and trying to figure out everything she needs to know about what the Time Tider is and what the role involves, she meets Jan van der Meer, or Jan, and together they work together to try and save the day, basically, and get Mara's dad back and get him safe. And I really hope that's an intriguing synopsis. It's been a great fun story to write, and I'm really glad that it's finally out in the world. I'm going to give you a quick reading from chapter 1. The book opens with Mara and her dad in a city, strange city. They're basically living rough, so they're queuing, or Mara rather is queuing for food from a homeless outreach charity. And as she's queuing, the staff get worried because she's a child on her own and they think she might be in danger, so they go after her to try and help her, but she has been trained never to let anybody help. So Mara's muscles finally kicked into action. She turned and ran, breaking her cover. Behind her, the adults shouted again, telling her to stop, but her father's voice rang in her head. You must avoid the police at all costs. The buzz from the soft place was like the whispering sea, gently calling her forwards. It was a small one and calm. It probably wouldn't last long. Mara ducked into the alley, feeling her teeth chatter with cold and fear, and then she felt it. She saw it. Right behind the wheelie bin, a greyish silver wrinkling in the air. She saw its edges, the extent of its spherical shape as it waited. Without hesitation, she ran into the soft place, and it folded around her. Mara closed her eyes. The cold was gone, and the fear along with it. She breathed, slow and deep, her pulse settling. In this soft place, it felt like she was floating, like something else was bearing her weight, setting her free, letting her rest. Sounds from outside reached her ears through the still crackling static buzz, but Mara couldn't properly hear anything. She knew that if she opened her eyes, she might see the misty, indistinct outlines of the people, searching fruitlessly for the child they'd seen running in here only moments before, but she didn't want to do that. She wanted to wait until the soft place was ready to let her go. So now, if you're intrigued to know what the soft places are and all about Mara and her strange life, I hope you'll pick up a copy of The Time Tider, and I really hope that you'll enjoy it. Thanks so much. It's been great talking to you today. Take care.